Blutbad.
Hello and welcome back to another behind-the-scenes toy photography video. Today I'm going to show you how I created this photo, which I've entitled Great Distraction Kid. My concept for this photo was to show Ezra using his gift of communication with animals to distract some Stormtroopers, allowing them to sneak into an Imperial outpost. For this photo I used action figures from Hasbro's Star Wars The Black Series collection. We've got Ezra Bridger and Garazeb Orrelios from the Ghost crew, and we've also got a couple Stormtroopers, one from Rogue One and another from the Mandalorian. To begin my setup, I positioned my infrastructure on my ground surface. I used a cardboard box that I transformed into a building with some strategic cutting and spray paint, and a wall I made out of the dividers that come in cat food containers. I added one of my wife's scarves to the building for a decorative touch. Next, I filled in the scene with a few small props. I've got a ribbon spool, a lantern flashlight, and whatever this thing is that came with Tikka the Jawa. With the scene set, it was time to add my figures. I hid figure stands under the sand so I could pose my troopers in a running stance, since the main action in this scene is them chasing Ruby and the mouse droid down the street. To give Zeb and Ezra a little more cover in this doorway, I used a flag made of cardboard to block the light. Even with the flag, I needed to take two separate exposures to get the lighting I wanted. I began my edit by using a layer mask to combine the two shots. After the shots were blended, I applied some adjustment layers. As usual, I used levels, hue and saturation, and color balance. I find that my lights tend to skew a little yellow, and I'm not a big fan of the color yellow, so I often end up tweaking my shots to make them more blue. After a small crop, it was time to remove the articulation joints from the figures. And for the final touch, I used some custom brushes to add a dust trail behind the mouse droid. I had intended to use compressed air for a practical effect, but with the exposure as dark as it is, I needed to use a slow shutter speed, which made the practical effects impractical. And here's the final image. Where we started, and where we ended up. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this, please consider hitting that subscribe button.